What's up everybody, Neroamee Alucard, the Madman, back again for yet another YouTube video, and it's been a long time since I've discussed one thing I'm truly passionate about in this world on this channel, and that's video games. And today, we're going to be doing not only a review, but a slight editorial based on a game that I really have fallen in love with over the past little while, and not just because of the character designs, Skullgirls. Let's go, shall we? So, Skullgirls, in case you can't tell by looking at it, is a 2D fighting game. I'm pretty sure an ignoramus would have figured it out, but anyway, let's move on. If you're wondering why I'm not showing any footage of the online multiplayer, it's because my Wi-Fi is currently about as stable as the current geopolitical climate. That, and I don't want you guys to see me absolutely getting embarrassed by the killers that roam around the servers of this game. So, Skullgirls was developed by Lab Zero Games, and very clearly takes cues from games like Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, and others. Firstly, let's discuss this game's graphics. This game's animation, even if you're running this game on a potato, are about as smooth as melted butter. Seriously, there are so many frames of animation in this game it's not even funny, and yet the game still runs buttery smooth with little to no issue. Now obviously you can still adjust it as needed, but good lord, the graphics. Anyway, and I don't mean the animation, let's also discuss the character designs. They're cutesy, creative, thick, with 3 C's I believe is the preferred nomenclature, and, well, charming. It looks like something straight out of a 1930s jazz age cartoon, which, well, given the game's aesthetic and soundtrack, it kind of makes sense that the designs would be that in that vernacular, I believe is the word. Anyway, enough of the graphics, let's talk about the soundtrack. If you like jazz, you'll love this soundtrack. It sort of takes, although it came before it, Cuphead clearly took cues from this game in terms of sound, although it came after it, years after it afterwards, actually. Cuphead clearly took some cues from it in terms of from this game in terms of soundtrack, at least I think so. Anyway, now that we've discussed the aesthetics, let's move on to the most important thing about fighting games, the mechanics. So, as I said earlier, this game takes cues from games like Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, and, well, pretty much any fighting game that's been done in that style. If you're familiar with those games, you'll feel right at home, but this game also does something very important. It makes it very, very approachable in terms of how the mechanics are done. See, in fighting games, a lot of what can be told about a character has to be explained from their appearance. For example, if you look at Big Band, who I believe I fight in this footage, you can clearly tell that he's obviously a big character, so logic would dictate that he moves kind of slow. Same with Beowulf, a wrestler character, who clearly uses wrestling moves. So, yeah, that's the important thing. That's one thing Skullgirls definitely got right. It has enough layers for the truly deep fighting scene, but also at the same time, it's still just as approachable for the casual person. Now, I've been playing fighting games the majority of my life, and I'm pretty sure that while I do have a decent amount of, obviously I do have a decent amount of experience with games like Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, I'm nowhere near tournament caliber at this game. But that's fine, because, well, I can still have fun with it and still feel good about playing it. And that's, I think, a problem that fighting games do tend to have. It's one of the few video game primary gaming loops, or basically the core tenet of video game design, that actually improves through versus play or competition. Well, most primary game loops don't have that. The multiplayer is usually just tacked on, but fighting games are the anomaly. They're genuinely enhanced by competition, and that can ultimately discourage people from really getting into them, which is a shame because fighting games are awesome. But that is Skullgirls, the editorial and a review. This is the first episode of the Gamer's Odyssey, and I'm probably going to actually script the next episode. I did all of this basically off the top of my head. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give Skullgirls a play, and I must go. My planet does in fact need me now. Peace.